What's up, guys? My name is Justin. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are back with my 2018 Chevrolet Camaro 1LT RS. It is a very quiet and a very cold night here in Wisconsin. We are just going to take a nice chill highway drive, nothing crazy, nothing too serious. Just wanted to get something out. I wanted to record this last night. It's like 12:30 at night right now because that's when the roads are empty and when we can have some fun. Nothing illegal, nothing too crazy, but some nice, respectable fun for the community while still enjoying this beautiful car. Again, I wanted to record this last night. It was a little bit too damp, and the daytime video, the last one, the daytime one that I recorded on the highway, it was very wet that day, so I wanted to make sure it was nice and dry. Before we get into it, I just want to say I apologize. I do have a slight cough. I've been sick for a couple weeks, so if that comes into play and I deafen you, I apologize. But without further ado, let's hop in, let's get out on the highway, and let's take a nice cruise. Alright, everything should be warmed up. Safety first. Excited to get rocking. I have not gotten to spend very much quality time with my car here recently. Make sure the camera's all set. Alright. We're ready to go. Again, I haven't gotten to spend much quality time with my car recently, unfortunately, being so sick. Just been tough to get out on the road or do anything other than basically be in bed or at work. So we are ready to go here today. Again, we're not going to do anything too crazy. I know it's pretty late. It's about 12:30, but still going to be respectful of rules of the road, all those normal things. So it's going to keep everybody safe, but I wanted to make sure to get out and record something and be able to enjoy my car a little bit. It's a beautiful night. It's a little bit cold, but a beautiful night nonetheless. So we're just going to hop on the highway, try to avoid construction. That same construction from the previous video, we're still dealing with that same construction, even though it's been a couple of weeks since I recorded that. So that kind of sucks, but there's a cough. I knew it would be eventually, but yeah, it's kind of sucked to have this construction lately. Definitely been a hazard getting to and from the office every day, which kind of sucks, but again, it's part of life, I suppose. The state of Wisconsin needs to fix their stuff at some point too. So I think that one of these lanes is actually closed up here. Never ever get tired of that, ever. Never ever get tired of that. Anyways, make sure we're nice and smooth with our merge here, not merging into anybody. Again, it's very late. There's not going to be very many people, if any, on the road, but still want to be mindful. Looks like everybody's going the other way. There aren't very many people going my way, but everybody's going the other way. Not sure what that means, but again, there are going to be plenty of law enforcement officers out. It's late night, empty roads, nice and quiet, dark. So I expect to see a couple of rounds of cops here on this big loop that we're going to take, but you know, maybe we won't. Maybe we'll get lucky. Excuse me, I apologize. I'm trying not to cough, but when you talk and you're getting stuff plugged up in your throat, it's hard not to cough. Anyways, I know a couple spots that we can do mini pulls again that we've done in the past without having cop interference, you know. So we'll try a couple of those, and again, we're kind of out here by ourselves. There's one car in the mirror I see back there, but most everybody's going the other direction. I don't know if there's good bars to go to that I'm missing out on or what the deal is, but anyways, let's talk a little bit more about updates to the car. I have started prep for the 2024 track day season. Unfortunately, I think I'm only going to be able to do one weekend in 2024 unless I decide to run with a different group or something. The group I'd plan to run with and the group I'm most familiar with and enjoy the most, their first session is going to be the same weekend that I'm going to be in Arizona for Ryan's graduation. So that's unfortunate. I don't think there's any way I'll be able to make both those things happen, unfortunately. I'm going to try to find an alternative, whether it's running with a different group or something along those lines. I'm not exactly sure what the game plan is going to be yet, but unfortunately, running with the group I'd prefer to run with, we're not going to be able to get both dates in. But hopefully the fall date that they have at Road America is going to be one that we can make happen and be a part of. Anyways, I've gotten some of the prep done for that as far as some of the different clothes I need, new brake pads. I found new tires I'm going to get, some stickers, a nice new tow hook. I'm going to do, at some point, like a tutorial or install video with a new tow hook. Kind of just show how it fits on my V6 car here. The different grille in the V8 cars, and obviously the SS 1LE and then the ZL1 and ZL1 1LE. So I'll just do a quick tutorial on that. It's super cool in my mind that the V6 Camaro comes with a tow hook slot, even though of course it's a performance car, but it's still the kind of entry-level, base-level performance car. So super cool that they decide to include stuff like that. But in the meantime, I need to get another oil change here. We'll look at some of the stats that we get here with the little information screen here. We're still averaging 29 miles per gallon after I've owned this car for 21,000 and a bit miles. That's absolutely incredible gas mileage, and I don't always take it light on this car. There are some times I go for it a little bit more, but still plenty of fuel. We're doing good. I need to get an oil change. We're getting to that point. Just got new tire pressures pumped up today, actually. Well, yesterday at this point. But again, we've had great MPG at times before. Average speed makes sense with all the construction, 45. There's our timer. Voltage is all good. Coolant temp is nice. Oil temp is nice. And oil pressure is always good. And then G-force meter, we're not turning anything crazy right now. Transmission fluid, still pretty cold. But again, it's cold. Haven't really pushed anything. But it's a nice chill cruise. I wanted to get something recorded tonight that would be something that could go on the channel and be entertaining. Nothing highly illegal or anything like that. Nothing drastic to the safety of the community or anything crazy, but definitely something that I wasn't expecting it to be this empty on the roads. I'll admit that. It was a little bit of a shock when I left and pulled in that parking lot to just start the video, and there was basically nobody around on the entire way. I was a little bit surprised about that, but who knows, maybe that's again, maybe people are done with their activities that they normally do in the evenings. It's not terribly late, it's 12:30, but it's definitely past most people's bedtime that aren't named Justin. So not sure what that's about. Maybe I'm missing part of the plan or something, but we'll see if we can do a nice pull here. I don't think this is a cop. I can't exactly tell for sure, but yeah, we won't go too crazy here, but I love the sound of this car. This is, I've told people this before, like the best sounding V6 in the entire world. You'd never believe that this car is a 6-cylinder just based on the exhaust note and the engine tone. It's an unbelievable car. Unbelievable chassis. I've talked before about the Alpha chassis that this is on. Shares with the Cadillac ATS-V and some other cars. Just unbelievable. When you point the nose, even on these street tires, it cuts. I mean, this car handles unbelievably well. Not a lot of body roll, nice torsion sway. Everything is very stable with this car. A lot of confidence inspiring. I love it. I love it so much. Anyways, out on the highway now, the big highway, interstate highway. Nice loop that they have here we can take. It's kind of funny actually, this loop that I'm on is a similar loop to what I did in the other video. But it's actually kind of a pointless loop because of where I live. The loop is pretty redundant. You go to the same place regardless of which road you take on the loop, I should say. It exists only for the people that live over where I live, because otherwise it's totally pointless. You get the same way on the interstate as you do on kind of the bypass route, so it exists only to service that little chunk of the area that I live at, which is pretty funny in my mind. Because unless you live over there, have business over there, or something like that, you'd never ever take that loop of the highway. It's just kind of funny and kind of pointless for a normal commute. So, anyways, it's kind of nice to be out here. I haven't been out here in quite a while, where it's just dark. Lonely. There's not very many cars on the road, nothing to really disturb. Just enjoying a drive, enjoying a nice car. I wish they'd repave some of this section of this road. It's extremely bumpy. But again, I understand that when you have a big interstate like this, you can't pave like 100 miles of road at once. It's not feasible. It won't work. It probably costs millions and millions of dollars. But at the same time, this is one of the bumpiest stretches of road I've ever been on in my entire life. Why, I have no idea. It's one of the most highly trafficked areas in the entire state of Wisconsin. But regardless, it's just miserable to drive on, quite honestly. And again, kind of the downside of owning a sports car like this is that you do have the flip side where it's not that comfortable over bumps. It's not practical. Oh God, like that. Holy crap. All the things that you don't get in like a Lexus or a Acura or, you know, any luxury sedan, anything like that. It's very soft, very cushy. You know, the typical Rolls-Royce feel that, you know, 25 car manufacturers have now because everybody's about comfort and style and all those things. You don't get that when you buy a sports car. And even though I mentioned this is the kind of most mellow daily driver Camaro of the bunch, it's still harsher than 90% of vehicles on the road. So that's a downside to it. That's a negative for sure. I don't really know a good way around that. Oh my goodness. It's pretty brutal. I don't really have a good way around that. The only solution obviously would be to get a second car, which if I have my way, I talked about this in other videos as well, I would love an SS1LE. I understand that I'm not a millionaire. And at 25 years old, at the time of recording this, it's not feasible to expect to have an SS1LE. I mean, I got time in life, hopefully, God-giving. But it's just one of those scenarios where, you know, you can get away with having this be your only car, which I do, and I love it, and it's phenomenal. I've talked before about the ground clearance issues that you get in inclement weather, specifically snowbanks. The traction isn't too bad, even in like snow and ice, but it's the ground clearance that's the problem, even on this, you know, non-aero trim side skirt model. But the problem with that is you can just about get away with daily driving this car in all weather, even here in Wisconsin. You can't drive an SS1LE with the big fat rear tires and the big V8 and everything and all the aero trim pieces, the splitter and everything. You just can't. As much as I'd love to, and you probably could, I should say that. No normal, logical, sane person would ever daily drive a V8 Camaro in Wisconsin. It's insane and it's ridiculous, and you'd never think about it. But I managed to get by with this car. We are quickly approaching the dead of winter. In probably the next 2 to 3 weeks, we're going to have our first serious snowstorm. We've had snow already in the past couple weeks, a couple times, I guess, but nothing, you know, that sticks on the ground for more than a day, and nothing that's, you know, terribly debilitating for commuting or anything like that. It hasn't been insane yet. We haven't had that weird, you know, dumping of 2 feet of snow where the whole state just quits. And we haven't had the days yet, which will come. They usually come in January, maybe into February, where the air temperature is like -10, and so the wind chill is like -40 or -45. Those days are absolutely awful. Nobody likes them. Nobody thinks they're fun. But, you know, they're part of the deal. And the trade-off for that is that it doesn't get to be above, you know, 90 or 95 in the summer. And we only get maybe 5 to 10, maybe 15 days above 90. So, again, you can daily drive this car. It's nothing crazy. Just making sure we're still clear of all the traffic that was around us. Just find ourselves a nice open slot here on the highway. I enjoy doing this. It's good for my mental health and good for the soul. And I encourage you, even if you don't have a car that you're just crazy about, if you're not a car person, you don't love, you know, performance and speed and handling, all the things that I love and love about this car, but love in general about cars, even if you don't have that, go out and take a therapy drive. Go out and put on your favorite playlist, chill, even if it's just like a 15-minute loop like we're doing here today, 15, 20, 25 minutes, somewhere in that range. Go out and have some fun with your car. I don't care if you drive a Prius or, you know, a 25-year-old pickup truck or a family SUV. You might not have that much fun in a family SUV, but go out and put on some good music and drive your car. Enjoy your car. I know that gas is expensive these days and that it's not feasible for everybody to do that, but I can't think of a better time to just unwind and relax and decompress than behind the wheel of my favorite car and doing my favorite thing, which is driving my car. Because it's funny, in college when I had my Prius and when I had the Mountaineer before that, like, I would go out for drives, but you didn't get the thrill of driving that you get with this car, with a, you know, a true performance-oriented car. And so I'd go play basketball. That was my backup. That was my other thing that, you know, calmed me and relaxed. And even though it was a workout, right, shooting hoops, running around, playing basketball, put on some nice music in the AirPods or Beats or whatever you have, and Skull Candy, whatever it is. I think I have Skull Candies. I don't really care that much about music at this point, but put on your favorite music. Do something that makes you happy, relaxes you, decompresses you, de-stresses you. Life is full of stress and anxiety and bad days and things that happen to you, and it seems like the world is getting weirder and weirder every single day. So I can't encourage you enough to find things that make you happy and do them regularly, and do them full send. If it comes at the compromise of you need to take a half day off of work to just make sure you're okay and check in on yourself and relax and enjoy life, do that. I mean, if your boss doesn't understand, then you need to either try to find a new job or just hate your boss, honestly, because mental health is a super important thing, and having gone through a lot of that, good and bad, in my life, it's definitely something that you need to take seriously, and it's 100% something that is important. And if you don't look after your mental health, you're never really gonna have something that is there for you. You can never support yourself fully if your head is not in the right spot at some points. So take care of yourself. This is my way of decompressing and relaxing, and as much as I love all my iRacing videos and the other things I do, and again, I'll have other Camaro content stuff that comes out with track day prep and hopefully a track day recap, and maybe we'll even get some on-track footage. I'm not sure how that's all going to work out next year yet, but regardless, you know, find something that you love. I love doing this. I love my car, and everybody needs to find their thing. That's one of the most important things in life. So this is where our construction zone starts up again, so we'll hop off the road here and go find somewhere to wrap this video before I get too bored or talk too much or get too long-winded about the problems in the world. Everybody's aware of what's going on in the world, so I just hope everybody's doing well. As always, I appreciate all the love and support. Make sure you drop a big like, a sub down below. It really helps me not just know that you appreciate the content, but also that you appreciate the videos, and that I'm doing good things with this. I hope to make it a platform that's not just for me, but you know, for people in general. They changed the speed limit. I don't remember this always being 45. I thought it was a 35 or maybe a 40, but regardless. Again, one of those deals where we definitely need to look out for each other at this point. I appreciate all the love and support on my channel. It's been wonderful again to record stuff with the Camaro, record as many iRacing videos as I can, everything else that I put into this channel. It's been wonderful. Let's go find somewhere to pull over and wrap this, take one more walk around this beautiful car. I love this Hyper Blue. I've talked before about how I didn't look for this color of a car, but this is what we ended up with, and I love it, and it's gorgeous. And it's not perfect, and I've looked around recently looking at other Camaro options. I've looked at SS1LEs, even though they're out of my price range, because you only live once, you know. And that searching for that kind of stuff makes me happy. I have no idea where this driveway starts here. There we go. So yeah, let's find somewhere to pull over and wrap this, and again, enjoy whatever it is that you enjoy. Enjoy your life. If it's cars, great, and I can 100% get behind that. If it's, you know, there are people here at whatever time this is. If it's cars, great. If it's you know, a sport, great. If it's, you know, being a cook, being a chef, whatever it is, if you have a thing that in your life is your thing and you enjoy it, chase it wholeheartedly, love it, and never apologize for that. Do things for yourself. Do not do things for anybody else. Why do I feel like I'm going to get mugged here or something? I sure hope not. I just want to go home and get in bed after this. It's going to be approaching 1 o'clock here shortly. Anyways, I will get out and I will do one more quick walk around, but I appreciate everybody for coming on this drive with me. It's been wonderful. I love recording stuff, not just with my car, but in general. But one more walk around. This car's been good to me. 21,000 and some change we saw earlier miles for me. We're just not quite, maybe we're just over 56,000 total on the car. And it's still just as fun, just as good as the day I got it. Will this car last forever? No, I've talked many times about how I want something faster someday. But it will be one of these. I will have one of these in my life if I have my way for the rest of my life. Because this platform, this brand, this car, they say you don't meet your heroes. And there's a reason I can never own a Jaguar XKR or a C5 Corvette that I've talked about. They just don't make sense as cars, and obviously a Lamborghini Diablo 6.0 is way, way, way the hell out of my price range. But this car and this platform that I fell in love with when I was in high school, and I fell in love more with when I was in college, and I fell in love with and made my dream while I started my professional career. All those things, it's live up to that and then some. And I am like the luckiest guy in the entire world to get to have this piece of machinery and share it all with you, because it's something that I love very, very much. So again, as always, thank you for all the love and support. Thank you for supporting me, supporting the channel, supporting my family and friends, and everything else that goes into making YouTube videos for iRacing and other games and Camaro content, and my personal life, my professional life, everything that goes into it. So thanks again, as always. I'm going to wrap this up. I hope everybody has a wonderful day or night wherever you are, has good things coming their way. And as always, I will see you all next time. Bye.